Hi, I'm Ike Friesen, RM of Stanley, Reeve.
The first thing I just kind of want to know is spring runoff is here. Warmer temperatures are coming this weekend. We're looking at plus 10 one of these days, which is wild to think about. But that kind of means that everything's starting to melt and run off. And I was just curious what we do when it comes to preparing for spring runoff.
Yeah, almost every spring, RM of Stanley is challenged to deal with snow melt runoff, and every spring is a bit different. Although the flood outlook is very optimistic, preparation is well underway. Right now, the work includes opening culverts and ditches ahead of the spring runoff. So this work is often done over a 3-week period, depending on weather conditions and forecasts. We have several contractors that work alongside the municipal equipment to get the work completed. We also open certain culverts with steamers or hot water washers. This year, most of the work is preventative work. Staff already has an idea where the pressure points could be. But if residents have a concern, please call the office and we can have a look at it. Of course, it's early March and we don't know what weather events that we might still end up with.
You mentioned preventative work. Do you mind diving into that a little bit and what that preventative work for those maybe more at-risk areas look like?
Yeah, so we do a lot of ditching then in those areas to allow the water to run off and not flood in areas that are of concern, residential areas, and also opening up the culverts. We were rather wet going into fall, so some of our culverts have been freezing up over winter with some thaws during the winter as well. And I think it's already like a well-oiled machine. Everyone has done this before, so we know what areas need to be opened up.
So because it happens every year, are there any lessons from past melts that have changed how we do things recently?
Well, we have made changes even in our drainage over the years to try to prevent flooding in residential areas. And some of those have worked out well, and we're still watching to see if some of the changes will help in this case. But every thaw, every rainfall seems to be just slightly different, so we're always trying to make improvements.
Yeah. And then once everything kind of melts and drains away and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, at least for a brief window, is there any kind of follow-up work that happens?
Well, the staff's very good at keeping record of where the concerns have been and what needs to be done for next year. So we're always keeping an eye on that.
If anyone has any problem areas or something that they feel that the RM of Stanley needs to know about,
they can call the office and they'll be directed to whoever is in charge of that area.